ভজনিতাই গৌর রাধে শ্যাম জপ হরে কৃষ্ণ হরে রাম।
Jay Sri Radheshyam pranams. Bade Maha Sankirtan on the occasion of solar eclipse. Translation from Sharit Sudha, the Hindi version. Today is solar eclipse. Innumerable travelers have come to Navadvip to take bath in the Ganges during the eclipse and to visit Dham Darshan. Some people are having darshan and looking at the sun in the time of the eclipse, painting with ink glasses and looking at the sun. Some others are pouring water on a black stone, and some with the help of binoculars protected, they are watching, looking at the sun. Everyone is waiting for the eclipse with great eagerness. Children, people, old people, youth, women, men, all are here busy. Some are going towards the banks of Ganga with various items for the purpose of donating during the eclipse. Some are collecting useful items for the purpose of making home. Brahmins are roaming around in various places collecting jayaman. The kirtaniyas are sitting on the banks of Ganga with pots and pans waiting for the eclipse. Beggars are sitting spread clothes on both sides of the Gath. Shopkeepers have decorated their shops with useful items for donation. Even the one who does not have anything is getting busy today to offer something to the Brahmins and Mother Ganga. At the same time, while roaming around in the ashram of Avadut Gyananand Swamiji Maharaj, there the people were making great efforts to take Swamiji to the banks of Ganga. But Swamiji is saying, "You guys go, I will stay in the ashram." Who can understand the deep feelings of a great man's heart? As soon as they saw me, they say, "Dada, it would have been a great pleasure if we had taken Goswamiji to the banks of the Ganges during the eclipse." Swamiji is not getting ready in any way. We believe that if you try, perhaps he will be ready to go. Let it happen. Hearing this, Baba said to Swamiji with great enthusiasm, "Look, if so many people get happiness by your coming toward the banks of Ganga, then what should you object to? Come, you will have to walk." Saying this, as soon as I held his hand to walk. Interesting parenthesis that this part of the book Sharit Sudha is writing in first person. It say, "I said I held his hand." So this is Bade Baba telling the story? Or who is I did I do? We will discover with the reading, but I think in this case is Bade Baba who is telling the story directly. But let's see. I say to Swamiji with great enthusiasm, "Look, if so many people is getting happiness by your coming toward the bank of Ganga, then what should you object to? Come, you will have to walk." Saying this, as soon as I held his hand to walk, he started walking with us like a child. The devotees present became ecstatic and started chanting Haridvani, Haridvani, and headed toward the banks of Ganga. After some time, we reached the steamer Gath. The steamer station master of that time was a disciple of Swamiji. Swamiji, as soon as he saw him, with special insistence, he made him sit on a chair in a room inside the station. I also sat on a chair near him. I said, "Haribol, Haribol Baire, Harinam bine jiver argati naire." Started singing this verse slowly while clapping hands. Other friends were sitting outside the room. He also started helping in Padakirtan. At this time, a devotee said, "The eclipse has occurred." As soon as we heard, Swamiji and I came out. I was standing with my back to a neem tree. I saw the Rajan Dada was slowly walking toward us on the way to the banks of Ganga. As I came closer, I asked, "What's the matter? Where are you leaving the kirtan today and going alone?" Rajan Dada answered, "Yes, brother. I don't know why I'm not feeling good today. That's why I am roaming alone, me." "Then why don't you do kirtan here? Swamiji is also present here." Rajan Dada, "Only they know how many I chant will dance." Saying this, he started going straight toward the cremation ground. Came back after some time. Our aforesaid Pada Kirtan was going on. They started chanting the same verse. He will sing first, and we will all repeat after him. Gradually, the name started expanding like a spark in a haystack. At the same time, 12 devotees from the north direction chant Nitai Bol, Gaur Bol, Hari Bol Baire with call and kartal. Nitai Chaitanya without any movement. They were coming along singing. As soon as he reached near us, they enter our kirtan group like magnetized iron and start chanting his name. Gradually, as the summer approached, more and more kirtan groups started joining our group. I was watching this mystery while standing on the support of the same neem tree. Both Swamiji and Rajan Dada were dancing in love in the center of the Maha Sankirtan. There was no limit to the crowd of devotees. How many pots and pans were there? It was difficult to even calculate. Harishvani, emanating from thousands of throats simultaneously, seemed to make the earth tremble. The universe echoed with the sound of the trumpets of the queens, the life-piercing Jay sound of the devotees, and the sound of the shell carriage. Everyone was filled with ecstasy, and in a self-forgetful mood, they surrendered the two great men and were dancing and chanting defiantly. Everyone's body was covered with blood. It was difficult to recognize anyone from a distance. I was standing like the previous picture, near the tree, staring at the Maha Sankirtan. Earlier it reads covered with blood. I guess the translation is incorrect and is covered with sweat. They were sweating and dancing. The surprising thing was that among the 100,000 heads, 100,000! So how many devotees were there? Wow! The surprising thing was that among the 100,000 heads, Rajan Babu's head was appearing at a height of almost 1 inch. And the more the planets were getting affected by the sun, the more intense the light was developing from his body. Oh, now I get the point. Actually, Rajan Babu is Sri Radharaman Das Dev. Before getting the name of Radharaman Das Dev, he was also known as Rajan Babu. So yes, now we are in track. So there in the book, previously surely is somebody's telling some lila, some story that he was the witness of what was happening. So he was looking everything from some distance. And Rajan Babu, Radharaman Bade Baba, was in the middle of the kirtan. This is what is happening. Maybe at the end of this lila, of this story, we will realize who is watching, who is looking at Rajan Babu, Radharaman, and all the kirtan and all the scene. The surprising thing was that among the 100,000 heads, Rajan Babu Bade Baba head was appearing at the height of almost 1 inch, and the more the planets were getting affected by the sun, the more intense the light was developing from his body. Every moment, his face will become so red that it will be difficult to recognize him even from a distance. 5-7 people become unconscious together, but will fall. Other people will pick him up and take them aside. The most beautiful woman resident of Krishnanagar, adorned with precious clothes and ornaments, were weeping tears of the emotional unconscious devotees with their lap while shedding tears from their emotional eyes. Some were cleaning the dusty bodies of emotional people with their precious clothes, and some were crying in distress, holding their feet. What a sacred feeling it was! There was no difference between a strange, high-class, low-class, Brahmin, Chandal, man and woman, etc. Everyone became pure by immersing themselves in the sacred ocean of name, of the Harinam. So in the eclipse moment, everything turned in some spiritual world. Everything came spiritualized, and the darker the sky turned, the brighter the body of Bade Baba was. How wonderful is this? Everyone's heart was becoming so soft with an unnatural feeling that looking at it, it seemed as if Maha Baba, like soft-hearted, compassionate Vrishabhanu Nandini, was residing in everybody in the form of Kaya Vyuha. Everyone present on that moment, in that holy occasion, was drowning on Mahabhav. Can you imagine? If our sadhus must do so much tapa, so much sadhana to get bhav, and from bhav going ascending, spiral ascending, from all the stages until we get closer to the bhav of Srimati Radharani, or we get closer to Radhika. But here was automatically everyone in the town who were present in the kirtan, they were swimming on an ocean of Mahabhav. Wow! Wow! Really? Bade Baba ki jai! Right there in the comments. Ki jai ho! Jai Bade Baba. I don't know how many times I had seen the solar eclipse in Navadvip and had also heard the kirtan of many Mahatmas, but it seemed that no one anywhere had seen, nor would anyone be able to see Rajan Babu, Radharaman level of concentration, charm and self-forgetfulness, absolutely free from material bondage and material nature. In my life, I had never seen so many people and so many utensils together in Maha Sankirtan. The second surprising thing was the duration of the eclipse was 4 hours. Maha Sankirtan was going on with full devotion the 4 hours, yet no one was feeling tired. Normally, after some time of kirtan, the energy of the kirtan started decreasing by its own. But at this time, the full power of the energy was increasing. I was astounded even after seeing my condition. It was impossible for me to stand still for 4 hours at that time or at any time. So everything that was happening in this kirtan was absolutely out of this world. It was a supreme power just present. The sun god, Surya Dev, became completely unconscious, but 10 directions were illuminated by the light of the sun in the form of the Harinam. The sun god unconsciousness means that the light of the sun was not visible anymore because it was eclipse, right? But the power of the Harinam was illuminating the 10 directions. When the sun god became completely engrossed, blocked from his light, looking at the shrillest stars in the sky, I felt that they were cursing their fate after seeing the brightness of the stars like Rajendra, Mukshandra, Biglit Nam, and hundreds of thousands of devotees who were satisfied with the drink of Sudha, pureness. After the stipulated time, as Surya Dev gradually regained his previous state, start shining up again, both Babaji Mahasai and Rajan Dada, Swamiji Mahasai, the Goswami, who Rajan Babu was taken, Bade Baba was taken from the ashram. Remember that he didn't want to go, but Bade Baba said, you have to go. So Swami Mahasai and Rajan Dada, Radharaman, immediately jumped into the lap of the loving mother Jannavi Devi in a love-filling mood, and everyone did the same. It seems as if the mother was still watching the emotional dance of her child with her eyes still fixed on her eyes. Holding the lover child in her breast, she became filled with waves of joy due to the joy of love. The loving mother, Janvi Devi. Janvi Devi is another name for Gangama. The child in love could not remain stable ever, even in the mother's lap. A new type of kirtan and dance started taking place in the water. Putting one person in the middle, 10 or 12 people holding hands surround him and starting dancing in kirtan and kirtan. In this way, hundreds of congregations started performing kirtan separately. After some time, everyone regained conscious and remembered their respective words. Here we have the explanation of what I said earlier, that everything turns into a spiritual world. So with the time after the eclipse, everybody start getting back to their external consciousness. The shopkeeper was giving his shop, the householder was giving his house, wife, daughters, etc. And the travelers were offering money and clothes. Everybody was in that moment doing some offerings. Everyone bowed to Mother Ganga and left for their respective homes. Swamiji and we all returned home in wet clothes. I have never enjoyed this kind of happiness in my life. So in the verses I have been translating here, there is no clear indication that who is the one who is explaining or telling this lila, but there clearly is Rayan Babu, Bade Baba, and the Goswami Mahasai, who are the central part of the story. So beautiful and interesting is to see how while the Surya Dev, the sun, was getting blocked and the eclipse was taking place, at the same time Bade Baba was shining and shining more. And when it was full darkness in the eclipse time, all the devotees were shining like stars. And on a poetical way, it reads that the stars were feeling jealous of the shining light of the sadhakas in the kirtan on that moment. The book said that there were 100,000s of sadhakas, bhaktas, sadhus doing kirtan at that very moment, and that the witness of this lila is looking from a distance, and he said how were coming groups like on a magnetic way joining the kirtan of Bade Baba. But the question here is from where all these groups are coming. I will tell one interesting story that I hear while living in Sri Radhakund. It was the occasion of Kartik or Guru Purnima a couple years ago, and in Radhakund it was so much people, but so much people doing parikram from Radhakund all the way to Govardhan, the 4.5 hours of Govardhan parikram, but 24 hours, not 1 second that you cannot see a sea of people. So much people coming to do this parikram on that very, very auspicious moment. But there were not thousands, no 100,000, there were millions of people walking. Really, it was incredible. But it was a lot, so much. Bahut log. Hey, so to one Radhakundavasi, I ask an old man that I know, friend, I ask, how is possible that so much people is here? I know that Bharat, India, has so many people, so much people, but this was really another level. It was like an ocean, literally like ocean of people walking, doing parikram. And my friends say that, we believe that so many pilgrims and Vaishnav devotees are coming to the parikram, no doubt. But it's not possible to justify so much people. And this parikram is not ending for 1 week. So we believe, he said to me, we believe that the demigods and the siddhas from all the planetary system are coming here at this time. And while reading this text, when it reads that groups and thousands of groups with dozens, hundreds and thousands of people, devotees were coming to join the kirtan of Bade Baba, I do believe that something like this can be happening on that time. Because it explained that how much people, hundreds, thousands of people are coming. So is this possible? I think so. In our Shastras and Granthas, we read that the Siddhas from all the planetary system, they came to this Bhumandal, Mandala Kriti, to do tapasya, to do sadhana, to do kirtan. Because on their own planets, it's not possible to do and to achieve what you can achieve in this platform on Earth. I hope you enjoy this reading on Bade Baba. Support your Bade Baba, give like and share this video on your social media. Let's make Bade Baba famous worldwide, because he deserves, real Vaishnava deserve to be promoted by his followers. Please share this video, give like and leave at least one comment in support of this lecture. I will come back with more. Charit Sudha. Charit Sudha ki jai, Bade Baba ki jai. Jai Nitai, Jai Gaur, Jai Jai Sri Radheshyam.
ভজনিতাই গৌর রাধে শ্যাম জপ হরে কৃষ্ণ হরে রাম
নিতাই গৌর রাধে শ্যাম হরে কৃষ্ণ হরে রাম নিতাই গৌর রাধে শ্যাম হরে কৃষ্ণ হরে রাম নিতাই গৌর রাধে শ্যাম হরে কৃষ্ণ